She be with this shit. She told me wavy. I said the show. Baby, let me know if you wanna eat. She like, Vaughn, you already know. Just put your girl on fleek. I'm like, cool. Do that, boo. What you want? Some shoes? Jimmy Choo. Handbag too. Red up, baby blue. She get the smile. She ain't used to this, cause she ain't used to shit. I'm just laughing. Been a pimp. The way I move my lip. I be speeding. Could've been a driver. The way I push the whip. You a hoe, could've been a bitch the way you throw a bitch. But fuck that, right back to the script, cause this a major lick. He got bricks, plus his neck and icy, and it matches wrist. Now it's like 6 hitters phone. Meet her in the wick, but he ain't go. But he ain't that slow, say meet him at the store. I'm like, cool, let him run his move. Do what he gon' do, cause this the plot. Put him in a pot, let it cook like stew. I grab my Glock, it been through a lot, but it's this you like knew we at the top. Yeah, we lost a lot, but that's just how it go. But check the scope. If y'all lose one more, that's 6 to 24. Let me focus on and zoning out. He pull out, he not, he pop. He ain't getting out, he in that push to start. That new Porsche is built like a horse, colors like the fork. He got a ring, I guess he ain't divorced. Wife probably a whore. Now she woke up, running her stuff. This bitch think it's sport. Got in the truck, kissed him on his lip. He cuffing up, but now I sneak up like a tiger. Like Snoop off the wire, the block on fire. So I take precaution, mask on Michael Myers. I'm on his ass, he finna be mad. He gon' beat her ass, but this what happened. I got to the door, I thought I was capping. I was lacking, go to yelling, I was cracking. I'm like, what? I'm like, nigga, who? I was born to shoot, I got aim. I'm like Johnny Dane when it come to chains. So I rise, hit one in his arm, hit one in his thigh. This no lie, bitches do or die. You say you gon' slide, you got some nerve. Your shit on the curb, boy, we put in work from 64th and from 65th, we not from 63rd. Bitch, we not from 3rd.
I'm here. What's up with it? Shout out Shay. Shout out to you, man. Gloria. What's up with it, babe? All right, I got my tea heating up. Okay. And of course, this known bug gets on my damn last nerves. Here, let me close this out. Listen, y'all, I just wanted to come through and I just wanted to chop it up with you guys for a moment. I'm trying really hard not to be on the fuck shit, okay? I'm really trying hard, okay? So I do have a few statements, okay, that I'm going to make here. Definitely do. Y'all hear my microwave? Sounds like it wants to go out on me here. If anybody's ever looked at like the energy output that happens within a microwave, you have to do some scientific experiments. Oh, sorry for the noise, y'all. Give me just 1 second. Jeez. All right, here we go. I told you guys about that wonderful tea that I found at Central Market called Taylor of Harrogate. I absolutely love it. It's like black mud. But listen, before I get started talking about this crazy kludgy shit, this, sky fishes and flying rods and space creatures, I am really trying hard not to be on any petty shit. I'm trying. So, let's see. How do I want to word this? How do I want to say this? Hey, Janet, baby, how are you? No, really? Are you okay? You know, definitely, you know how to reach me if you need to chat. I know sometimes you get kind of bored sitting up there in that damn hospital room. So yeah, like I definitely received a couple of screenshots yesterday and stuff like that. And listen, man, it's like this to the rat over there. All right, in the NOLA. Listen, man, if you're not exposing lady shit face, I'm not interested. Period. What you mean? Talk about what? What are we gonna talk about, huh? What are we gonna talk about? What exactly are we gonna talk about? I'll tell you my first question. Here's my first question for you, sir. Why don't you talk about all that bullshit you be over there saying, like the stalking and the scoping and all that old bullshit? When your ass can actually come up on this motherfucker and tell the truth for once in your motherfucking life. I mean, really, that's all there is to it. I don't like to be lied on. I don't like to be slandered, and I don't like to be defamed. There's the problem. There it is right there. Lies, slander, and defamation. You have put a lot of energy into running around on these YouTube streets trying to slander me, bitch. You really have. You put a lot of energy into it, sir. You're starting to realize some things. I think maybe some people are starting to figure out that no matter how much energy you put in trying to slander them and defame them, okay, and lie on them, trying to turn everybody against a motherfucker. And for what? And for what? I'll tell you, why don't you come out here with some motherfucking receipts? With all them lies that you be over there saying and shit. I mean, that's really all it is to it for me. I don't like to be lied on. I don't like to be slandered and defamed. And that's it. I don't have nothing else to say. Now, let me say this. Shout out to Brian. Much love to talk to me with Brian. Definitely was catching his video yesterday. It was yesterday morning, I believe. Some of y'all been up all damn night. Some of y'all been up all night on some crazy shit. Speaking of that, hold that thought. I want to see something here. I'm curious when my damn account will be. Y'all, I haven't been able to go live on my main account in a minute. I believe I got another day or two, maybe. Let me check. I'm not even going to go live to even announce anything, honestly, because man, people be on some crazy shit, and one false report, all it would take is one false report, and trying to appeal things here on YouTube don't work. It really doesn't. Hold on. How many more days does a bitch got?
I'll leave it.
How many more days do I got? I think it says I have 2 days left. Okay, well, it is what it is. Whatever. I just wanted to check that. But I wanted to say this. Deirdre, Dee Loop Loop, whatever. I think it's actually quite a cute little nickname. And I love it how people embrace, right? When they embrace things, when people try to come at them, with something negative and they turn it into a positive or whatnot. And I want to be real clear that I really do think Deidre has a lot of potential. I do. And some of y'all, I hate to see things going the way they are. It don't have to be that way. And I really hope that things will calm down and I just really hope that I just hope things will calm down between Reed and Deirdre. I do. A lot. Y'all know I adore Reed. I adore Reed. And no matter how crazy y'all might think Dee Dee is, Deirdre, I like Deirdre too. And I have never really, went out of I think I've done a video or two on her before. But she's done videos on me too. So there's no permanent hatred feelings over here. I really, really try not to take this shit personal. I really do. Now, there are some people, man, they just cannot help themselves. They stay off in the gutter. And I'm not talking about Deirdre or Reed. I'm just actually looking at something else, a different content creator who posted something on their community while an hour ago. I'm just sort of looking at this, talking about they drive a better whip. Okay. You drive a better whip, huh? You drive a better whip. But my question is, do you have to breathe in that bitch to start that motherfucker, Lady Snoop, Lady Shitface? Lady Snoop may sit over there and claim that she doesn't dox, but that's just not true, is it, Lady Snoop, Lady Pooh Face? That's just not true. She said, what? Let me get back to this content. I've slummed with the bottom feeders far too long, but you, ma'am, are the biggest bottom feeder of them all. The fuck you mean? What you mean? What's up, Queen? How are you, babe? Yeah, like, what's really going on? What's really, really going on? So, yeah, man, y'all, I'm really trying hard to kind of stay on my positive shit. I don't want to. I just hope all y'all have a fantastic Christmas and a fantastic New Year's. And yeah, did y'all see Jay Wilson's live last night? That was actually really interesting. I seen Tasha K came through. I bet Five Babe's edges are melting off, huh? What you say? What'd you say? Five. All that old, when you was out there making bird calls and shit, and now Tasha K dropped on Jay Wilson's platform. Now that was some funny shit. Because, it was so obvious what you were over there doing. Like she was telling on me and shit. Ooh, Tasha K, Leak you doxed you, bitch. When? When did that happen? Where are your receipts, ma'am? We still waiting on them receipts and me supposedly sending you personal information on somebody over there. Oh, here's something else you can do, Nola. Here's something else you can do. Tell the motherfucking truth. Now, you came up on here and made a claim that you seen some sort of a message from me that I sent supposedly to the Lady in the Shy. But we all know I didn't send anything to the Lady in the Shy. But you came up on this bitch and made a claim that you actually seen something that I sent to the Lady in the Shy with all your personal information on it. And you and I both know that's just not true, sir. Why don't you tell the truth about that? The way y'all run around here and let lies just percolate out there. And look at y'all. Now I'm talking about the Lady in the Shy. All of a sudden the numbers jump up. No, go on over there. Go on over there. Go on over there. I'm not interested. But that's what you could do. You could tell the truth about that for once in your motherfucking life. That was some bullshit. That was some straight bullshit. Just lie. But yeah, man, nobody likes to be lied on. And that's all you seem to do over there. Lies and threats and lies and threats and lies and threats. So yeah, like there's nothing really, again, to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I've already did that with you. Trish allowed us to leverage her platform, right? When all the apology shit was going on back and forth or whatnot. That should have been solved back then. I was done with it back then. But then what happened? Not even a week after that, you started up in with the fuck shit again. And the truth is, what is it? December 17th, 2021. 12 months in this year. Been lying on me all year. You lied on me all last year. So you cannot expect me, of all motherfucking people, to just see you post a community post talking about you want to talk about a problem and expect that I'm going to come running, because that's just not going to motherfucking happen. And listen, I try to be understanding to mental illness and schizophrenia and bipolar mania and shit like that. But man, it don't give you the right, okay? Your mental illness does not give you the motherfucking right to attack me, to attack my children, and to attack my grandchildren. The truth is, man, yeah, you have just did too much, sir, and you just your lies. There's literally, I kid you not, how do you really expect anybody to make anything right with you when you lie on them like that? I'm still interested in how you thought you were going to change my genetics. I want to know why you're sitting there with pictures of me on your phone that are over 20 years old. Why? I want to know why you're out here telling people that you're scoping me out in an Airbnb when you and I both know that's just not true. I want to know why you think it's okay to sit out here and threaten people on day in, day out. Just because you're having a bipolar manic episode, it does not give you the right, okay, to impede your bipolar manic madness on other people. I mean, I would take nothing less than a public apology. Absolutely nothing motherfucking less. Make some of them lies right that you've been out here telling. And that's it, man. I'm done with it. I ain't about to do this with y'all. For me to ever be on the same platform or with that motherfucker there, I'm telling you, some shit got to be already set in motion. Starting with the fucking lies and slander and defamation that you've been out here on. Period. Again, you don't want to be called a pedophile? Then don't do pedophile shit. I'm done with it. Now, skyfish and space creatures. So, listen, there is a very interesting video that I want to show you guys. Okay. Just take a look at that for a second. This is a video that was taken off, some people were in a boat. They managed to capture this incredible scene. It looks like there are what we call skyfish or rodfish or flying rods that are eating the insects that were on the bar of this boat. And a lot of people are like, well, what the hell is that? Is that some sort of insect, a flying bird? Nobody knows. But this particular creature has been talked about in history going back many, many, many years. And essentially what it is, it's almost like a flying snake with several like wings. I've seen some 6, 7, 8 sets of wings on one creature. They're very long. They're super fast. They're so fast. They're so fast that you literally would have to slow down your camera shutter speed, and you still may only capture it in one frame. They're super duper fast. It's obvious that they eat insects, and they are everywhere. They're everywhere. And there are so many like videos that have been captured that shows these flying snakes, or AKA skyfish, flying rods. That video there happens to be the most detailed one that I have ever found to date when it comes to these particular flying rods. It's really cool because there is literally hundreds of them feeding on the insects that are on this boat. They're so fast that our eye doesn't even see them. The human eye cannot see them. Not like that. Now, in this case, it's pretty amazing because there was so many of them feeding on these insects. Look how fast they are, and listen to the sound they make. It's incredible.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That's crazy! Oh my God! What the? Look at that! Oh my God!
Incredible, right? I don't even know of any instances where these particular, hold on. I don't even know of any particular instances in which these creatures were even found dead, where they could be autopsied or whatnot. I guess, do they call it an autopsy in the animal kingdom? Not sure, but they definitely are insect eaters. And if you do a little research on flying rods and skyfish, you will find several videos that even videos at night camera seem to capture them. But again, they are so fast. The naked human eye can't see them. What's up, True Seeker? This is a skyfish flying rod eating the insects off of this boat. I wonder if they can generate electrical energy.
Oh my God! That's crazy! Oh my God! What the? Look at that! Oh my God!
Incredible, right? Yeah, it's incredible. So cool. And I've seen a lot of pictures out of China, America, North America, and they have to slow these down in order to capture them even in the camera with slow shutter speed. I'm going to slow this down. There it goes. And you kind of see, there it goes. That one has like 4 sets of wings. I've seen them again go anywhere from, 3 sets to 5 sets to 10 sets of wings, 6 sets of wings, 8 sets of wings. They're like a long snake and they're super fast. And they almost have like a catfish head with a caterpillar type tail. It's pretty interesting. They are super fast. Flying rods. So on top of the flying rods, there is also something else I want to show you guys. There was a tether incident that happened with NASA years ago. And I just want to show you this raw video. And you just tell me what you think. I'll tell you this. I absolutely believe there are creatures in space that have the ability, that they live out in space, okay? And it's, being in space is almost like in the ocean, right? It's a vacuum, and it almost looks like these creatures are swimming in space. And that makes sense. I mean, you got a vacuum, then you got an atmosphere on Earth, and then we got the ocean, which is just sort of like space, but without the water. Now, the engineers that were working up in the ISS accidentally lost a tether. Or no, this was on Columbia. This was on the Columbia shuttle. They accidentally lost a tether. And in space, and the tether gets to flying off, then all of a sudden you start seeing these, they almost look like jellyfish. Check it out. And this was actually broadcast on NASA TV. Give it a second. You're going to have a really good shot here in a minute. So there's the tether. The tether's just kind of sitting there.
I'm in the bogan arm now, and I'm trying to track with the arm sort of semi-rigid.
No carrot browsing.
Pretty good job, Jeff.
I don't want to carrot browse. I want to turn up the sound. There we go.
Yes, we can see the suggestion of the tether on the right side.
Hey, Wicked Hookery, how are you?
On the window panes.
Yeah, I could definitely see the tether in the viewfinder.
I just want to show you guys this, and then I have one more follow-up.
It's at a low angle through the window, and so there's a lot of distortion in the image.
Distortion meaning there are creatures swimming in space. I think that they swim in space. I think they come into the Earth's atmosphere. They could very well be some of the description and some of the unidentified flying objects that people see in the skies, not including beings of light. And I will get to that in a moment.
Okay, here's the last little bit I got through the front window. It's not very good.
I'm well, Wicked Hookery. I am doing quite well.
It was hard to get access.
Recovering from a major migraine headache the last day and a half.
Thank you, Jeff.
I had such a bad headache yesterday. Here we go. Check it out.
Houston, we got contact. It's beautiful. We're going to get it on the TVs and downlink to you. We can see the tether.
Great news, Franklin, and we'll look for that picture.
Here we go. There's the tether, the long tether there, and look around it. The round little, they almost look like jellyfish. It's like they're inspecting the tether. Now, you'll notice this cannot be space junk or anything like that. These things are making 90-degree turns and all sorts of unnatural turns in space, right? it is clear there are some sort of organisms that are up above the Earth's atmosphere. They seem to be round. I don't know. It almost reminds me of a jellyfish, but maybe it's like space's version of a jellyfish.
Franklin, we see a long line, a couple of star-like things, and a lot of things swimming in the foreground. Can you describe what you're seeing?
Well, the long line is a tether, and there's a little bit of debris that kind of flies with us,
and you'll notice that they pulsate.
Such low angles.
There's like an electric pulse that happens.
God is trying to do a quick, good job here adjusting the cameras.
Copy that.
That's so cool. All right. I think this is a really good shot here because you really get an idea of the pulsing that these little creatures are doing, the movements. In space, there's always going to be like a fixed axis type of orbit spin that happens. And it's very, very clear to me that this is not space debris. That's just my opinion. NASA then turned around and they switched the view, right? They're known for doing that. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. It's quite incredible.
Copy that.
Yeah, I had the most horrible migraine. It really kicked in like day before yesterday, late afternoon. And it went on and on. I ended up going and laying down and got up yesterday morning really early, and I still had that damn headache. And it went on all day yesterday. I just sort of laid around. I didn't even work yesterday. It was so crazy. That's kind of the standard, dealing with a brain tumor and everything. Headaches are the primary symptom of having a brain tumor. That and, a headache like, not like they call it brain tumor headache, but it's definitely not like a migraine, but somewhat like a migraine. But it's a classic side effect of a brain tumor. But yeah, just been trying to relax and get that headache off me. It goes into your shoulder muscles and your neck muscles and makes you kind of sore the next day, especially when you've had a really bad one. But yeah, I'm good today. All right, so you had these little space creatures, right? And so I started even doing some more research and found several instances of creatures that seem to be, swimming in space. I think it's possible that, some of the sightings that have been reported even by astronauts could absolutely be these jellyfish-like creatures. So, on top of that, if I can actually... They call it an eye. Those creatures they do almost look like an eye, sort of.
Known as Sagittarius B2, a large dust cloud that exists in the
absolute
of
geek
the Milky
now.
Way. There they found a large quantity. Bad news for you, and then I have some worse news. The bad news is, scientists know that there are a lot of stars that travel in binary.
Okay.
station or construction on the outside of the space station.
I think there's been a lot of instances of these strange creatures being outside the space station. Various flights of shuttles that have went up to space and did orbits or whatnot. It's quite interesting, but something to keep your mind aware of, on top of the fact that there is also this Black Knight satellite that has been orbiting the Earth for several years. It was discovered not too long ago, maybe, I don't know, about 10, 15, 20 years ago. They actually were able to manage to get some photos of this black light or this Black Knight satellite. Nobody knows where this black orbiting device or whatever it is, nobody knows where it came from. Nobody's ever admitted putting it up there, but it orbits the Earth. What the hell? I'm looking at some of these old photos like, wow, what is really going on? When two galaxies get too close to each other, but you know, I'm a geek like that. Okay. Beings of light. If you have Amazon Prime, you should definitely check out adding Gaia to your subscription. There is Gaia just is an eye-opening channel platform anyway, to have all sorts of very interesting topics on Gaia, Gaia. But I caught this documentary last night called Capture the Light. And I actually watched it before. Okay. It's been a while. But I caught a piece of the documentary, and it was just absolutely amazing to me, where you can literally see, these light spears, these round spears of light. And apparently these round spears of light have been visiting this woman, okay, outside of her home for years. And nobody knows what it is, okay? Maybe it is some advanced something or other that we just don't quite understand. But it was, if you watch this documentary, it was so cool because they went to interviewing the woman's daughter. The woman started seeing these spears of light in like 1975, 76. And it was the early 90s when they did this documentary. So obviously, it's been happening for a while. So they decided to interview her daughter and ask her about these spears of light. What could these spears of light be? They've even been in her house. And I want to see if I can find, I wonder if I could find that actual clip. I should have recorded it because as they're talking there, interviewing the daughter, right? A spear of light literally turns into two spears of light and then moves from left to right behind her. And she didn't even see it. The cameraman managed to capture it. They didn't even know it until they got back to their offices and started going through the footage. And it was just really amazing because there's definitely something there. Definitely something there. I don't know how to explain it, but if I can find this nice little, give me just a second here. If I could find a good example. Now, there was also recently two videos that came out. One from TMZ, or no, both was from TMZ, that seemed to show spears of light moving in an organized manner. And again, yes, okay, unidentified flying objects. unidentified aerial phenomena. I absolutely love space, but y'all, let me capture the light. Let me see if I can find this particular frame that I'm referring to. Give me a sec. I'm a looking. And by the way, the lady's name, Dorothy Izot, and it may be somewhat boring to some who need things to be moving fast so that they can stay interested, but I'm a pretty boring individual, so, and that's okay with me. I am absolutely okay with that. The real question is it possible that there are beings, malevolent or benevolent beings, that generate light? I absolutely think that's possible. It's, maybe they are benevolent, pure energy. Maybe their bodies are energy, which can only be manifested in the form of light or in a form which we just don't understand. I'm telling you, I really, 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 if you really do a little research, guys, okay, you will find several instances in which there seems to be these spears of light that have shown in a lot of different cases. And there's a prime example of that right there on the screen. And at one point, it actually seemed like there was, hold on. At one point, it actually seemed like there was some sort of like vehicle that was also in the shot with this particular lady, but hey, who knows? I think there's a lot of things that we just don't understand. And I want to show you this TMZ video that came out the other day. In Chino, California, there was balls of light seen moving over Chino Hills, California, 5 days ago. Here it is. I think there's something to it. Here we go. Check it out. It's like they're swimming. Now, would you freak out if you seen that above your house?
Some are staying still, some are moving.
That is in the sky.
What is this?
This was witnessed by several people.
There's no beam going up to show that these are just lights. It's crazy.
What if they're
You already know what that
making
is?
their presence known to us now, and they're not trying to hide anything, whatever these things are? I think there's more to it than just spacecraft flying in the sky. I really do. I feel like there is pure energy type beings, okay, whatever you want to call those beings, definitely not human, but that's not the only one. Check this out. TMZ's been publishing UFO videos.
That is some weird.
That's a pilot over.
This was also above Chino Hills, California. This was just posted
There's
about
a new
5 or
sighting
6
of
days
some
ago as well.
UFOs, and this one looks pretty good. So There is video from a plane that's flying 39,000 feet, and you just see 9 to 12 lights evenly spaced out, moving at a very consistent speed, and the pilot is freaked out. And when you hear pilots say they don't know what something is, these are guys who are very aware of what flying objects look like.
Oh my gosh, you guys, these are birds.
They're luminescent.
A bird with Christmas lights at 39,000 feet.
Those are not birds.
It looks like they're migrating.
Yeah, maybe back home to the
Oh,
planet
God.
Zircon. Any other theories?
Some people are saying this might be anti-missile flares.
Oh, phew, so it's not aliens. It's just something shot out of another plane to stop missiles from hitting our plane. Wait, what?
How come the pilot doesn't like fly closer to like check it out?
Hey, everybody, how'd you like us to get closer to that unidentified
You
object
don't
there?
think the whole plane is like, let's go?
Pilot, there's something flying fast and erratically. Let's go towards it. No, don't do that.
Believers will tell you that sometimes aliens are in the sky, and sometimes they're where you least expect them.
Let's say we find out aliens have been living here for years. Who least surprises you to find out they're an alien?
Amongst us?
Like if you found out that Mel was like an alien.
That's my number one, actually. We don't need the Men in Black to discover that she's weird.
Or in the words of the pilot who may have just had a close alien encounter in the sky,
That is some weird.
I really don't think those orbs are alien at all. I think it's just something that we just don't understand. But yeah, I've been noticing TMZ dropping a crap load of videos lately that seem to show these, spears of light, and they seem to they'll almost like divide into like multiple spears, then they join back together, and then they'll divide, and it's crazy. But this has been going on across the world, y'all, for the longest of time. And I just have a lot of different thoughts on it. I was actually doing a little research on the metals, mercury. Mercury is, if you look back in the history of how mercury has been sort of introduced to the world, you'll notice that alchemy and mercury is always in the same sentence. Mercury is the only metal that is a liquid at room temperature. Is it possible that mercury can be used to generate an anti-gravitational field? And I think it is possible. There's all this talk about red mercury, the Nazi bell, the fact that there was like 12 different prototypes of this Nazi bell that were created. And essentially what they did is they had two cylindrical containers with mercury within them. They would move them at a very high RPM, and it would generate a gravitational field within like a 50-foot radius of this particular object. Very interesting. But I really don't think aliens come from other planets. I don't think that. I think they've been here the whole time. I think that they're biological organisms that were created just like the Bible said. Mankind's down here playing around with cloning and stuff like that. And I don't think that aliens necessarily have anything to do with unidentified flying objects either. Not 100%. And I also think that there is a 99.9999% possibility that there are creatures that are swimming up in space. And here is another really cool example of a newly released footage of a glowing orb pacing alongside a pair of cargo pilots. This was a glowing orb over Mexico. And it really looks like that, like those objects we've seen around that tether, huh? Almost like an amoeba or like a jellyfish that pulsates with electrical energy. And I just think there's just things, again, that we just don't quite understand. But a pair of FedEx pilots spotted this pulsating tear-shaped object that zipped right past them very fast, almost brilliant yellow-white plasma-like object that rapidly descended from the sky, and it was almost like it was spying on the cargo planes. Then flashed a beam of light in their direction. It flashed a beam of light in their direction and then proceeded to zoom alongside the aircraft for more than a half hour before disappearing with a flash of pinkish purple light. Footage of the encounter was later analyzed by experts at the National Aviation Reporting Center on Anomalous Phenomena. They call it NARCAP, a nonprofit that studies UFO sightings and works toward developing safety protocols during such rare and inexplicable occurrences. This was video taken by the cockpit, or taken by one of the commanders in the cockpit. It looks just like the thing we seen on the tether.
It's like an orb, man. Look at that shit. It's pulsating. Oh, this is awesome. And he's not on TCAS, man.
Who knows, you guys?
Well, I can tell Rita now.
That's interesting.
That is, dude. That is shit hot.
Now,
Platillos.
NARCAP, okay, has a database that goes back to 1916. And there has been 4 basic types of unidentified aerial phenomena encounters that have been reported within this database over the years that included balls of light, spears, cylinders, and discs. What if there's, some sort of energy that can go into, a sphere?
And CDC, anything on the display? On the ND? Anything? Any TCAS returns? Okay, flip the switch down. He's definitely above our altitude. Yeah, man. This guy is not reporting TCAS. That is a unidentified flying object, bro. I can finally say I saw one. Now that's cool. And it's pulsating too, man. That is nuts. Oh, I wish we could get closer. I can't believe you saw it. What's on the map below us? What city? Is it Monterrey?
Oh, no, I thought it flew off.
So the nearest, because they tend to congregate around Monterrey. Look at a lot of, we're close. Southwest Monterrey, we're about 150 miles from Monterrey. Oh man, that is phenomenal, dude! I'm so glad you saw that, and you saw it drop out of the sky. It just stopped.
That just stopped.
Oh, this is awesome, man!
Incredible, man.
I had to call my brother-in-law. He lives in Puebla.
I mean, there's nothing flashing that I can see.
No, look how it pulses though. Let me zoom in.
It does. It looks like a ball of light that's just so much energy.
No.
How incredible.
No, not with lights like that. Yeah.
This is some really good footage.
No, the only weather balloon we have is near...
That is not a weather balloon.
It's 15,000 feet AGL. This thing's above our altitude. I just can't tell. That's why I asked you to hit the TCAS, just in case it was an airplane.
Wow.
Dude, it's awesome, man. Look at that.
Like a heartbeat. This was exactly what the ball of light looked like in that documentary I was just telling you guys called Capturing the Light. Looked just like this. It's just they obviously have some sort of consciousness to it because
strobe. I don't see
the way that they
behave. Dropped out
behave.
of the sky like that and then stopped and hovered. He's probably just checking us out. I was going to turn on the light over there, but
That is incredible.
like he's turning away
Boy,
from-
I want to go back here and hear the whole
shooting
information
star,
here.
but then it stopped, huh? Yeah, let me zoom in, man. It's like an orb, man. Look at that shit. It's pulsating. Oh, this is awesome. And he's not on TCAS, man. Huh. Well, I can tell Rita now. That is, dude. That is shit hot. Platillos. He's a pulsating orb. Look at that, dude. Look at that. Turn on the tail light. Oh, it is on. Okay, cool. Never mind. Oh man, look at that thing, dude. Flip the TCAS switch up and see if you see anything on the display on the ND. Anything? Any TCAS returns? No. Okay, flip the switch down. He's definitely above our altitude. Yeah, this guy is not reporting TCAS. That is a unidentified flying object, bro. I can finally say I saw one now. That is cool. And it's pulsating too, man. That is nuts. Oh, I wish you would get closer. I can't believe you saw it. What's on the map below us? What city? Is it Monterrey?
We're over
So the nearest, because they tend to congregate around Monterrey. They'll get a lot of. Yeah, we're close. How close to Monterrey? We're about 150 miles from Monterrey. Oh man, that is phenomenal, dude! I'm so glad you saw that, and you saw it drop out of the sky and just stop.
I thought it was a shooting star, then it just stopped.
This is awesome, man. Oh, this is fucking cool. I had to call my brother-in-law. He lives in Puebla.
I mean, there's nothing flashing that I can see on it when you put
No,
the video.
but look how it pulses, though. Let me zoom in. Jeez, man, that is freaky, man.
You think it's a weather balloon? Is it
No, not with lights like that.
Because it doesn't fall like that either.
No, the only weather balloon we have is near Harlingen. It's 15,000 feet AGL. This thing's above our altitude. I just can't tell. That's why I asked you to hit the TCAS, just in case it was an airplane. Dude, it's pulsing, man. Look at that.
Sí, solo de decisiones están autorizadas cuando fusiles propiedad directo punto para interceptar llegar a 1 alfa a la 2 a la 11. ¿Será cuánto tiempo yo te digo?
Platillos. Yeah, man. And there's no strobe. I don't see a.
Y'all think that's a weather balloon?
He's probably just checking us out. I was going to turn on the light over there, but it's like he's turning away from us. That is phenomenal, man. Look at that. Yeah, they're all over Mexico, dude.
That video, like,
It's still, when I was like, shit.
There's no way that people can expect others to sign NDAs when these sorts of things happen. There's just no way. There's too much of it going on now. Boom, it's gone.
Yeah, we're gonna lose him in the clouds. Son of a bitch. Well, there it is.
Wow.
Right there, man, on my ND. There's our airplane. And there's no TCAS. There's weather about 40 miles off our left wingtip where this thing seems to have disappeared.
Incredible.
Yeah, I went both directions.
Yeah, there's no TCAS returns, man. It's not an airplane. It didn't have strobes or beacon or nothing. It's my first time. I'm so excited. I can say, yeah, I got a video.
I'm always happy.
Woo! Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. Wow. These pilots were competent airmen, highly experienced with observing and identifying aircraft, and are capable of determining normal observations and incidents from unusual ones. So basically, don't try to call the pilots crazy. Now, rather than colliding with the plane, the orb took a turn and paced alongside them at a distance of about 1,000 to 2,000 feet away going 575 miles per hour at 37,000 feet. Now, one thing I don't even think I managed to mention this the other day when we were sort of talking about unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomena, but there's a space chief, the Israel space chief, has an impeccable career, actually announced that their aliens really do exist. And again, I don't think aliens necessarily mean beings that come from another planet. I think it's extremely possible that they have been here the whole time. Now, one thing I'm going to tell y'all before I get up off of here is Cosmic Disclosure, one of these shows I've talked about with you guys here. They have season 15 coming out on Amazon Prime on the Gaia channel, GAIA. Check it out when you get a chance. Season 15, they released episode 1, and that guy, Tim, from Germany, the German guy, and Richard Doty, two people that have claimed to have seen, creatures that are not human, insectoid looking, they call them, different variety of oids, right? Trantaloids and quackaloids and all these weird names. But the guy, Tim from Germany, claims that he has actually worked for the German government. He's a tactical advisor that essentially tactically advises on how to approach these creatures. They're definitely here on Earth. Who knows, y'all? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, that sure does look like what we've seen flying in that tether incident. I don't know. It's interesting. But check out Cosmic Disclosure when you get an opportunity. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. I've got some other things I got to take care of here this afternoon, and I still got a little remnant of headache. So I'm probably going to take a nap also. And hopefully I can really, really shake this headache 1000%. So annoying, but much love, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I will catch y'all when I catch y'all. Bye, guys.